Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and in this video I have just the one replay in the Tier 8 Soviet heavy tank, tech tree tank as well, the ISM. So this replay has been provided kindly by Foody, and you can see the equipment he's running. He's got photo stabs, gun rammer and optics in his tank, and on the perks he is running, got Born Leader, Rapid Reload, 6th Sense, Situational Awareness, Snapshot, Steady Aim, Clutch Braking, General Mechanic and Rapid Aim. So Foody is on Hidden Village here, and he's going to go up to the usual brawl zone, which is where, to be fair, this is ideal because there's no artillery, and this is the ideal spot for brawling. Up on the hill here, this is usually the choke point where most heavy tanks come to duel it out. Now, I haven't played the ISM before. I think it's on the Object 7058 line, which I haven't ground through yet. It's a line that I actually do need to do, and I probably will do sort of fairly soon. And yeah, this is the Tier 8 on that line, tech tree version, and yeah, coming up against them, they have some solid armour. They can, very, very troll. Quite heavily armoured. Imagine the gun is probably sort of quite Soviet as well. Can be a bit troll, hit and miss. But yeah, we'll see how Foody gets on with this tank, and yeah, then we can see how Soviet it actually is. So his first shot was obviously on the side of that Chrysler. Chrysler sort of at a sort of quite an angle where it's just naturally going to bounce, so he gets a bit unfortunate with that, but Chrysler K is doing his job, side scraping well, keeping at an angle where he's going to bounce off the side. But this I6 black pokes out. Now Foody tries getting a shot into the side again. Another tank that has got some good side armour. It's just going to bounce, trying to go for the cupola there, which he does manage to get a shot into. You can, cupola's on the IS6 variants, you can get shots into. You do have to aim them well, but it can happen. The IS6 black is obviously aware of that, and that's why he's got his gun pointing in the air to try and sort of distract him, try and cover the shot so that it hits the gun rather than the cupola there, which is quite a good tip actually. It's a good thing to do. Foody so far has bounced 1100 damage. He's only done 300 damage so far. It's a bit of a slow burner, but things will sort of start picking up. The team itself aren't doing that great. Now they've got a bit of map control at the top here, but it looks like the bottom is suffering quite bad. Now he does manage to snap a shot into that IS6. He's moving in, closing the distance, getting quite aggressive, squeezes another shot in, and hopefully he'll have the kill. Now he's got a medium tank behind him, so he has to finish this IS6 off fairly quickly and turn his attention to this medium tank. Now he has bounced the medium tank, and that's what I'm talking about with the ISM. It has that trolly armour. The side armour is very troll as well, so unless you sort of properly aim it, you're just going to bounce. And he manages to get a second kill there, putting his damage total up to 13 or just over 1300 now. But you can see it's a 9 versus 5, and the numbers still do favour the red team quite well here. So he's got his work cut out, but he's still got majority of his hit points, and seems to have control of the top of the hill here, so that will come in handy. Obviously having high ground does put you at an advantage. And he's going to try and get some shots into the wheeled light here, which he does. Snaps a shot in, damages the ammo rack on the EBR. The EBR gets taken out, taking away that vision. Now he's just squeezed a shot into this poor 84 free Black Prince there. And again, just poking, just trying to see what shots he can get, and he takes out the Black Prince there for the third kill. Now he's going to try and get shots onto this light tank. Does manage to squeeze one in. It's the AMX 1357, so yeah, it's not going to pen at all, just because the gun on that is, well, it's puny, so it's going to bounce that tank all day long, but manages to get a shot in. He's up to 3 kills, 2.7k damage now, but there's only there's only him and 2 other tanks left. One of the tanks is in the low ground, which is this TD, and looks like that TD is going to get taken out quite soon. Does, but luckily Foody manages to get the shot in on that Wizzy tank destroyer, taking him out. Now he's got to turn his attention to this Sherman that's come up. Gets a nice shot in, rolling for 400, damaging his ammo rack in the process. And he's going to push this guy now, and there's only him and this heavy tank, and they're pretty much holding either side of this hill. Again, got their work cut out. Now, Foody snaps a shot there. He probably could have just taken his time there just to aim that and get that shot in, because now he's facing 3 tanks. He gets a shot into the AMX 1357, taking him out. Now he's got his Panther 88 and his Sherman. He's going to focus on the Panther 88, which is the right thing to do, because the 88 is more of the threat. Now, ideally probably should tuck in a little bit more on that rock and try and side scrape his and angle his armour a bit more, but the 88 is backed off. The Sherman's getting a bit brave. He gets a shot into the Sherman, putting the Sherman down to a 1 shot. Now the Panther is moving in to try and flank him. See there, keeping that armour angled. He's just going to bounce all day long. That Panther's now on a 1 shot. He can afford to take a shot, and he manages to get a shot in picking up his 6th kill, picking up top gun there, and he's over 5k damage. He's done really well to hold these guys off. Now picks up a 7th kill in quick succession, taking out the Sherman. You see him and his friendly heavy tank have just pulled this right back to a 2v2, which is quite good considering the numbers haven't really been. The numbers have been against them pretty much all game, and yet they've still managed to sort of keep alive and manage to sort of put plenty of damage in and taking out, just sort of keeping the map control basically. He snaps a shot in there for his Radley Walters for the 8th kill, picking up just over 5.1k now. There's only 1 tank remaining, which is a heavy tank, and it's quite the case steaming ahead. He's going to try and sort of see if he can spot him up, try and find him and take him out and bring him into the game. But you can see here that the ISM in the right hands, angling up, can really bounce, some damage there. You see his bounce 3.3k, so the armor's held up really effectively. And let's say the gun hasn't been too bad either. He's had a few bounces, but in fairness, the tanks that he's been shooting at have angled their armor effectively, which is why he's bounced them. But the last heavy tank gets taken out there, and we bring an end to the game. He picks up the victory there. You see, come top of the board with 8 kills, 5.1k damage, 2,100 XP there. Didn't pick up any assists, but like we say, he did block 3.3k damage, and you see he picked up the ace tank there, and the high caliber, and the Radley Walters medal. Ending a really nice game there. So credit to Foody. He has got his own YouTube channel, so I'll put the link in below. Do go and check him out. It doesn't do commentary, but it does do some in-depth analysis at the start of his replays on the tanks. So it really is quite useful if you're not familiar with sort of how tanks are set up and armor profiles and stuff like that. He does some really detailed stuff right at the beginning of his replays. So do go and check him out, because he is good at what he does. And give him a like and subscribe, because it really does help. And if you enjoyed this video, please do like and subscribe this channel, because again, helps me out as well, and everyone's a winner. But for now guys, as always, I'll catch you next time.